Okay, so just a quick informational about Seadoos and Seadoo purchasing, what could go wrong. The reason I normally don't recommend them as a brand, it's definitely what I know the best, the most familiar with, and what I also see the most as a repair shop. So let me just show you something real quick. This one is a 2010 GTX. I think it's the 260 Supercharged, okay? So the information that the buyer received, and as far as what we can tell, is that it has 87 total hours. The supercharger was rebuilt. It's got 92 hours left approximately before it needs to be serviced again. And then it's had a tune-up oil change, maintenance service about 8 hours ago. So that matches with what he was told. Good and great, right? The thing about it is, Buds is, yes, it's a dealership application, but anybody can get it. I'm not a dealership. I'm just a kind of a one-man band that fixes boats in his shop, by himself, for himself. So, point is, if I was a garbage human, I could buy skis, drop the hours way down, say that I rebuilt the supercharger, and say I did maintenance on it. So I could tack on, add those all together. I just added maybe $3-4 grand of value into a ski. So the point is, the only way to know for sure, and it's still not a silver bullet, is that the supercharger is healthy is by doing a slip test on the supercharger. The way that's done is you have to take the valve cover off, use a camshaft locking tool to lock the camshaft, and then you use a torque wrench on the supercharger itself, and you do a slip test. It falls within a certain range. If it falls outside that range, you have to deal with that supercharger. If you don't, and the supercharger fails, it's catastrophic. It goes through the engine and it's done. Most times it's not worth fixing the ski. So it's a big deal. I'm a smaller shop, but just last year alone, off the top of my head, I think I had 5 Seadoos come in with catastrophic fails from superchargers. I actually am pretty sure that ski right there that's going to be the conclusion. I've yet to tell the guy. I want to verify it 100%, but I'm pretty sure. So just something to consider if you own a Seadoo or you're thinking about buying one. I'm not trying to suggest that whoever you're buying the ski from is doing such garbage stuff, but people do all the time. And I can't tell you how many times I hear, yeah, but the guy I bought it from said, fill in the blank. And it turns out that couldn't be true. So just the last little bit of information, if you happen to have one of these IS models, these are a lot more difficult to do the slip test on because you can't quite get to the supercharger. You got to split the ski in half, which is kind of a bitch. So it adds a couple more hours to it. But, if you don't know for sure the health of your supercharger, is it worth doing? I would say probably. Definitely at some point, especially if you intend on keeping the skis yourself. It just really sucks to have to call people and tell them, like, hey, your ski is foobar, Anyway, hopefully that's helpful to people out there, and be good to each other.